Good morning, everyone. Is that working? As you can see, this is not our typical ribbon cutting, but I might put a request in to bring the band and cheer at all the ribbon cuttings we have moving forward. So great to have you all here. Great turnout. Well, welcome to the Greater Sioux Falls Chamber of Commerce ribbon cutting ceremony for Jefferson High School. I'm Jay Rasmussen with Journey Group Companies, and I'm honored to be your MC for today's event. As you can see, we have several community members up here, super excited about offering their congratulations. We'll hear a little bit more about this beautiful new facility and all the great things that, are already going on at Jefferson High School. We'll have a presentation about Plaque and, of course, cutting the ribbon. But before all that, I'd like to read a little bit about today's event. The Sioux Falls School District owes a debt of gratitude to the residents of Sioux Falls for convincingly passing a $190 million bond to build Jefferson High School, Ben Rifle Middle School, a future elementary school yet to be named, and make improvements throughout the district to keep schools on the cutting edge in the 21st century. Jefferson is a facility unlike any other in the Sioux Falls School District, with its traditional classrooms and flexible learning spaces to accommodate student learning and to stimulate the collaboration and critical thinking skills desired by businesses in their future workforce. With the ribbon cutting ceremony today, we welcome Jefferson High School as a new member of the Greater Sioux Falls Chamber of Commerce, and we thank them for their investment. So starting us off today, representing our diplomats who are our voluntary service arm of the Chamber, please welcome Tammy Bentema from American Heart Association.
Thanks, Jay. It is an honor for me to be here today, but I get to wear two hats. First, I am a parent of a teenager who has been in the high school here in the Sioux Falls School District. And over the last few years, it has gotten a bit cozy at the high schools. Anyone that's been to the change of class time can be a little bit overwhelming, but our schools have done a great job. And I do want to thank the community for voting to expand our high schools and middle schools because it gives them a little more room. It's a beautiful building, but what happens inside the building is even more important. The team here, I know many, will build a great community for these students to get a great education, to find a community where they feel safe and can grow into young adults. The other hat that I'm wearing is, like Jay said, I'm a diplomat with the Chamber. I volunteer my time because I believe in what the Chamber does. We partner with the school district, we advocate for the school district, and we're there to work alongside them to bring community businesses in and residents into our wonderful city of Sioux Falls. If we didn't have the great schools that we have here in Sioux Falls, we wouldn't be able to bring those community businesses and people here. So on behalf of the Chamber, I want to thank the school district for their vision as they grow and thank them for their membership with the Chamber. Congratulations.
Next, we have representing the Young Professionals Network, which obviously some of us don't qualify for anymore. We have Megan Janzik with Laserderm.
Hi everyone. So I actually have a couple different touch points with this new high school. I had the honor of counting the votes that kind of went towards paying for this whole thing. I sat on the redistricting committee. I also did, in my former job, got to host the groundbreaking for this. And so I'm extremely honored to be here today to speak at the ribbon cutting. But I think the biggest honor I have is currently my son, who is not even a year old yet, but is on the path to come to Jefferson. And as a person who played basketball and athletics West River, for me, that is a great thing. So I don't have any biases, if you will, towards the different schools, just for selfish reasons. And the other bonus is I look really good in green, so I'm very excited about this. I'm also just really excited for, especially this first coming class to Jefferson. What an extreme honor to be able to say, I was the first to do this. I was the first to set this record. I was the first band to perform. I was the first to do this. So I'm extremely excited for all of the students to be able to hold that honor, and that's something that can never get taken away from you. And being part of the Young Professionals Network, I look forward to seeing you all joining at some point in time in your career path, as YPN is an extremely powerful and strong in the Sioux Falls community, and we would love more than anything to have all of you as members. So on behalf of the Young Professionals Network, thank you Jefferson High School, thank you incoming students, and very much looking forward to this day. Thank you.
Well, our next speaker really doesn't need an introduction, but please help me welcome the leader of our great community here in Sioux Falls, Mayor Paul Tenhaken.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming here today. This is a real exciting day. It's funny to see some of the past leaders of this effort and obviously our future leaders of this effort. I'm looking at Todd and Dr. Maher, Jamie, all the work you guys have put into getting this across the goal line. I remember when I got into office, you were just starting to set the traps on this, Brian, and figuring out what the appetite would be for a bond. And Sioux Falls it's such a progressive city. And when the bond passed by the margin it did, it was real exciting because it was a statement, not only in the investment in education, but just in our community. I mean, people are ready to keep Sioux Falls moving forward. And even as we sit here, I was just pointed out to me, you can see the 3 million square foot Amazon facility out there on the horizon, and you can see all the housing development that's happening. It's just an exciting time in our community. But with that comes leaders like the school board and the rest of the administration to have the foresight to make the investments in the community. And I will tell you, this past year, there were a lot of people who came up to me and were like, man, I would not want your job. And I'd say, you know, it could be worse. I could be on the school board. And I meant that, because these folks had hard jobs this year. Not only advancing these projects, but just dealing with the environment that we're in right now and that we're not out of with the pandemic and even just the political climate. So I want to congratulate you on getting this across the goal line, current leaders, past leaders, but I also just want to take a moment just to thank you as school board members, because it is some thankless work. And our school district over the years in Sioux Falls has done an incredible job at being proactive and having the foresight to make investments like this and keep the city moving forward. So on behalf of the city, congratulations, guys. We thank you.
Speaking of leaders and great leadership, really Cynthia, Dr. Stavum, Principal Conrad, the floor is yours. Tell us more about this beautiful new facility and all the great things we have going on here.
Well, first, thanks to the Chamber for hosting this great event, and I'd like to thank my fellow board members, Vice President Kate Parker, Carly Ryder, Nan Baker, and Mark Murin, and past board members who are here that really helped get this building built as well would be Todd Tolke. I don't think, oh, there he is right up there. I don't think Kent Alberti is here, but he was also a very integral part of getting this building open. Thank you for all for coming. I think it's really easy for us who are elected in position to forget that without the community support, we wouldn't be here today. The bond was mentioned. To have a pass rate of 85% for $190 million is amazing. And it just shows what education and how important education is in our community. So thank you very much for all of that. And we will never forget that, and we will continue to strive for excellence in our district to make sure that we are meeting the needs in our community. We all got to dig a shovel here in June of 2019, and now look, we have this beautiful building. I'm most excited though when the students will be all in here August 26th. So please come out anytime, come to games, come to any activities out here. This is your building as much as it is ours, and we want to invite the community. And after the year or 18 months we've actually all been through, it's great to be able to do that and have these opportunities to have people coming into our buildings. In the next few weeks, we'll have 25,000 students back in our district with over 3,500 dedicated staff in our buildings. And we thank you, and we will be committed to excellence and serving you in our community. Thank you.
Well, hello everybody and welcome. I think we can all agree I picked a great time to come to Sioux Falls. So Dr. Maher, I'd like to acknowledge you and thank you for retiring at the point you did, post boundaries, post bond. Thank you very much. But truly, I want to recognize you for your vision and the work that you did as part of this wonderful celebration that we get to enjoy today. We have such an exciting day today because we're also marking the 150th anniversary of our district. And if you think about what that means way back 150 years ago, the legacy of the people who were forward thinking, they saw the growth that was going to occur, and at the heart of that, they put children and the opportunity for children to learn. And so when we think about the vision that they had, the first homes, the first schools, and the first places, some of which still stand today, it's a pretty amazing legacy. And today we get to think forward as we envision the legacy of the future. Right now, our footprint across the city includes 35 schools, and Jefferson High School is certainly one of the crown jewels and one that we will enjoy for years to come. We want to thank our partners from DLR, Journey Group, Architecture Incorporated, and a host of other contractors and businesses for their work in making this beautiful building a reality. Great things are about to happen here, and we have a top-notch staff. They are so excited to welcome our students in a couple weeks. And whether they attend Jefferson High School or Ben Rifle Middle School across town, or enter one of our many established elementary, middle, or high schools, we pledge to give them our best, and we pledge to build their knowledge through their academics. We pledge to build their passions through our extracurricular opportunities, and build on their hearts and hopes for the future by believing in them and never giving up. Sioux Falls is a special place. You already know that, and I quickly discovered that in my first few months in this role. And so thank you for choosing to be part of this wonderful school district as we offer hope and an incredible legacy moving forward.
And on the same note, thanks for coming out and getting to bat cleanup after the group in front of us. I think as most of my staff meetings, staff would just say I echo what they said and move on. But I have a few things. A lot of thank yous, but being a Sioux Falls kid, it's all I've known. So 30 years, grew up, got to start Roosevelt 30 years ago in 91, and that's a special deal. And now this year we get to start Jefferson. And it doesn't happen without the community support. Having been at Roosevelt, Lincoln, Washington, and now Jefferson, the thing I know is the community of Sioux Falls loves their schools. If you're a Rider, you love Roosevelt. If you're a Patriot, you love Lincoln. And if you're a Warrior, you love Washington. And now that'll be true for the Jefferson Cavaliers. If you're a Cavalier, you will love Jefferson. Beautiful facility, but it doesn't start and end with that. It is about the people that are inside of it, and it's the people that reside it. And for that, we say it's the people that matter most. And if you look over my shoulder, as we start Jefferson, the components that are going to make Jefferson Jefferson, we want to bring that inclusion. We want our students to include. We want them to lead. We want them to always compete for excellence. And when you do those things, you got to give back. You got to serve others. And those are the tenets that are going to drive Jefferson as we head into the future. So that's a little bit about Jefferson. There's a lot of exciting things to happen. in inviting you guys out, but it doesn't happen without the trust of the Sioux Falls community, and for that we are honored and grateful. A couple of thank yous and recognitions I have. As you see the progress over the course of a year, you meet a lot of people who are movers and shakers. And it starts with our operational services crew. I saw Jeff Kreider here and Missy Brock and Daryl Jones and a host of others that got Jefferson to where it is today. So thank you from our operational services from the Sioux Falls School District. Also, Journey Construction, been great to work with, and all the subcontractors, ARC Inc., DLR Group, as we put this together. And it was built with a vision. You'll see a lot of windows and what the school looks like. So having that visible learning and how do we have those interdisciplinary connections to see where the future of education takes us. Along with those community partners that we value so much, we also like to thank Dr. David Jones and Dr. Keith Baumgartner with the Orthopedic Institute, along with Dr. Blake Curd with Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital for their partnership, which has helped us. Two athletic trainers, strength and conditioning coach, helped us with our turf, with the field lights on the tennis courts, the turf, and then our weight room, and a lot of other partnerships that we have within the community, and we look forward to growing those. But last but not least, we're thankful to the community of Sioux Falls for trusting us to be great stewards of Jefferson High School. It's a great investment in the youth of Sioux Falls. And for believing in the value of public education. Know that we will always compete for excellence at Jefferson High School. Thank you, guys.
Now we have representing the Board of Directors from the Greater Sioux Falls Chamber of Commerce, we have Kayla Ettram with Junior Achievement of South Dakota.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you. As a Sioux Falls native who got to help open John Harris Elementary at a year that I don't want to mention in 3rd grade, I'm so excited to be here to help cut the ribbon on Jefferson High School. As it was mentioned previously, the students and the educators who will be part of opening this school will never forget this opportunity. And as a community member and an alumni of the Sioux Falls School District, thank you for all of you for your support to make this happen. Sioux Falls is about connections, and I see a lot of friendly faces out here. It's been fun to see friends of mine come to this school to be educators and really be connected to the mission of the school district to prepare the future leaders of Sioux Falls and South Dakota. So again, thank you to the community for supporting these new schools. Congratulations to the leaders of the Sioux Falls School District and of Jefferson High School for the design and the creation and the opening of this wonderful building. I do have the pleasure on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Greater Sioux Falls Chamber and our nearly 2,000 members to present a plaque that we hope that you display prominently to show our support for you, to show your support for the Chamber and the connections that we have in the community. I'll read it to you to share what is on this plaque. Congratulations are extended to Jefferson High School. We share our sincere best wishes for your success and continued growth in the Sioux Falls area. Presented August 10th, 2021, and signed by our Chamber President and CEO, Jeff Griffin, and our current Chair of the Board, Dan Doyle. Congratulations and welcome to the community of Jefferson High School.
There's a photo up here somewhere.
So we're going to take a few more photos here. We're going to cut a ribbon, but we also, following that, we have a special treat, as you can see from the south and the east over here. So stay tuned. Yeah, good. Everybody jump up in front of the podium up here by the ribbon. Yeah, this is not for this. Your team. Might need that.
Yeah, how can you miss that?
Get comfortable. All right, everybody ready? Look at Liz. Hold your hand up, Liz.
Wait, I have my eyes closed.